now that I'm blind from that Firebird flash, guys, this is the PSA Dagger Compact. A lot of you have asked about it, and I just now been able to get my hands on one. It's running good so far, but we're going to put it through its paces and see how it does, because for a $359 gun, that's pretty cool. And I'll also tell you, there's a special way to get it for even less, for like $100 less. But since we have this budget blaster, I thought it would be a good follow-up, because we just had our LFA Falcon 9X video. And this Falcon 9X, well, it was kind of cool the way we did it, because we didn't know the price, because it just came out, wasn't on the website, and it only lists for $20 more than this PSA Dagger, so we'll compare them today. I'm going to be wearing the Core Essentials Competition gun belt. This just came out, but I've been using a Core Essentials gun belt for years, but this isn't for the competition. This is my EDC belt. Note the micro adjustments. That's why I love it so much. It's rigid enough to carry a gun, but it's also super comfortable. We have featured the battle belt before. It has like a micro molly on it, but now the competition belt will be perfect for IPSC and USPSA, because of course it utilizes that 1/4 inch increment ratcheting system, a double reinforced core, so you have maximum rigidity, a 15-pound load rating, and it also utilizes that under Velcro double belt system. But that core ratcheting system is really what's beautiful about it, because say you're riding in your car or just sitting down for a while, you can just relax the tension. You're getting ready for a stage and you need it to be super tight. You just push it in and you're ready to go. And everyone is really just custom sized, because it comes as a 48-inch belt, and then they have the simple instructions. You measure out your pant size, you cut it, you slap the buckle on, and now you have that custom core belt on you. With those 20 sizing positions, you'll always be super comfortable. In comparison, this is my old Savariland ALS system that I haven't worn in years, which that archaic buckle has failed me miserably several times. So get yourself a core belt and you'll be glad you did. There'll be a link down below and over on the link tree. What I want to do is compare this PSA Dagger to the LFA Falcon X. And so what we're going to do is just shoot every target in front of us. That falling tree, it goes all the way down. That'll take 8 rounds, I believe. Altogether, it'd be 19 rounds, including the hostage heads. So I need a timer. All right, here we go. I didn't charge it. Okay, here we go. And that was only 14 seconds. It feels so fast when you're so long when you're shooting it. Aimed shot splits about right at half a second per shot. Let's see what we can do with the LFA, because that was just fun. I need to start my aim cam, so we have that video though. Good. And what we did was we put that light on it because it works with this Works outlier holster. Because normally a holster would be molded to your trigger guard. These are all different, even though they're Glockish. But when we use this outlier holster, it's like a universal holster when we use the light. Same course of fire, but maybe without me mag dumping into the torso, because I just started shooting it. It wouldn't go down. It wouldn't fall. Ah! I think we discovered why I was having trouble hitting. The Holosun has come loose. I always use Vibratight, but it vibrated loose this time instead. We'll snug that up before the accuracy test. That's a great idea. We're going to be using 115 grain jacketed hollow point from our friends over at ammunitionusa.com. We might not be zeroed, but we will be tight. I like it. I got to move it, but I like it. Come see. That's what I'm talking about. Now we're snug. So we need to bump it to the right, but that is a group right there. That is sub MOA. Well, not sub MOA, because we're only at 10 yards, but it's sub 1 inch. I'm going to frame this. So the sun is getting low, and I wanted to look and see how low. And I'm seeing spots now, so I'm making excuses before we start with the dagger, because I see sun. I, 'cause I see sun. 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 'Cause Man, not as good, not as good. So that's 5 shots with our Falcon 9X right there in one hole, and that's 5 shots with the PSA Dagger. We did much better with that Falcon. All right, Falcon 9X first. Let's see if we can connect. Let's start at 75 yards, because that's what I can see best. All right. All right, I see it now. 100. Nice. All right, 125. Nice. All right. Buffalo at 165. It's all about that hold. Sure. Holding higher. Nice. Okay, we'll stop there just because we're lobbing them in and switch to the Dagger. Still using the ammunition hollow points, starting at 75 yards again. Dot's cleaner on this one. Ooh, that's potent. Nice. All right, 100 yards. 120. Oh, nice, I did better. Because the reason is I could actually see my splash at 75 yards. It gave me a point of reference. Buffalo, I'm gonna give it about 2 foot over the back. Nice, it wasn't as high as I thought. I gave it about 10 inches and we hit Buffalo. So let's talk about these pistols real quick, our little budget blasters. Now, I didn't talk about what I had on this. This is the Sightmark A-Spec M2. The cool thing about it, I know it's Sightmark. Some of you gotta just be like, China. So is Vortex, so is Delta Point, so is Holosun, everything. But we'll give them a good run and see how it works out. What I do like about it, 20,000 hour battery life, night vision mode, and 8 or 10 daylight brightness settings. But here's something different than anything else. It has 2 MOA size dots. I'm of course using the 1 MOA. We smash each button on each side and we get a 5 MOA dot. So that's kind of cool, especially if you're undecided. And it's like $120 or something. I'll leave an Amazon link down below and y'all can check it out there. The first thing I was like, pulling it out of the box was the sights. The sights were unimpressive to me, but they're suppressor high sights, so we get co-witness. That front sight is super skinny. And I was like, ew. Now, today, when I was, co-witnessing and stuff, I'm like, okay, but there's a lot of space on each side of the red blade. I mean, the rear blade, so I was like, weird. I got this one because it's green, and that's my favorite color. There's a ton of colors you can get, especially for the frames, and they have a ton of different configurations of the slides, where you can get the rear sight is in front of your red dot, or it's not milled for a red dot, or you have a Delta footprint or a Doctor footprint, or all those different options. It didn't come with the dot cover on it. A lot of them, well, you'll have to take that off. It's all pretty when it comes, but it's just like, we know you're going to throw a red dot on. So if you don't, you could throw the cover on. So I appreciate that. The grip, I like. It's good. I like that finger grip. I know a lot of people don't because hands are different and may not fit you the same. The trigger, I was kind of meh on because the shape. I don't care for the shape. It weighs in right around 6 pounds, but I'll still say it's better than most Glock triggers. So, which isn't saying much, but okay, there's a little creep. The 6 pounds is meh because our LFA was right under 5 pounds. It's like 4 pounds, 12 ounces. And so, and it's a flat trigger. So I definitely like this trigger, this Falcon 9X better. I like the texture better. And I think the grip itself just looks cooler. Of course, it is longer and it won't take 15 round mags. This takes 17, this takes 15. What was the most impressive of this Dagger is it actually runs this GSL Chilito suppressor. It's a small suppressor. It's actually kind of loud, which is why I shoot it wet. But it's so lightweight, it doesn't have a piston because if you're using some full power ammo, it should work. But it didn't in my Glock, and I used different recoil springs and everything. I tried it in mechanics, couldn't get it to work, and I wanted this suppressor for like hunting. Say you're gonna just finish off the hog that's still kind of squirming. a suppressed 9. It doesn't have to be quiet. It just has to be hearing safe. I thought it was a good option, but it didn't work until I got this dagger. And with this AAC 147 grain ammo, it works fine. So we're just going to pop a tree over there, let you hear it real quick. And it's going to get louder as we shoot because it's drying out the can. We did have a jam though, so I may have spoke too soon. Let's go finish up that mag. Oh, and we didn't lock back either. So that's not the first time today, and that's with full power ammo, but it is with the suppressor. So we'll give it a little pass. But for the most part, that's been the most reliable, although it did jam once in that one mag, that I've had with that suppressor. So I thought that was a good that-a-boy to the PSA Dagger. I think for 20 bucks more, the Falcon 9X is a really good step up, but then you have a lot of options with the Dagger. We did get a lot better group with this Falcon 9X today, so I'm happy with that little one-hole group. But I will tell you that secret I told you about earlier on how to get this for even less. Because of infringements and taxation without representation and all those things, there is a 10% tax on handguns when they're manufactured. Well, when you don't sell it as a handgun, when you sell a receiver and a slide, it's not a taxed gun. So that's how you get those better prices. So I'll have a link on my blog post to guide you into that, because you can save that 10%. And it comes out to sometimes, when I was looking on the website today, PSA's prices are all over the place all the time. But you could get not this exact setup, but the cheapest complete slide and a $49 receiver, which is still an FFL item though. It just skips on the excise tax. You could get it for under $250, plus shipping, FFL fees, all that jazz. So I thought it was interesting at least. So you can go check that out. We'll have the PSA links over on my blog post. Leave a comment, guys. What do you like the most? What do you want to see next? Thanks for watching today. Okay, I love you. Bye-bye.